solving subnetting problems. So we have a few steps here that will guide us how to go about solving those. So looking at this IP address example, we have a 10.1.1.55/28. We have a CIDR, which is the /28. A target IP octet here. So once you have your /28, looking at your cheat sheet, that falls in the 4th octet. So you can associate your octet or your target IP octet to that side or to that particular octet. Okay. So the steps we use, so the very first step, once you get your prefix, your CIDR, your /28, you can go ahead and find the corresponding column on your cheat sheet, and you do a CIDR set or a subnet mask map to each other. So if you have a /28, your /28, and you mark your link column where you have your /28. From there, you can locate your group size. So you have you map your CIDR, you can map that to your group size, and you start at 0 in the relevant octet. You always start at 0 with the relevant octet, and you increase by the group size step size until you go past your target IP. Until you go past your target IP octet value. So the first thing is you get your CIDR, you map it to your cheat sheet, you map it to the corresponding CIDR on your cheat sheet, you locate your group size. You start at 0 and you go in increments of your group size until you go past your target IP octet value. And the next step is the number before or equal to your, so this is where you start associating or putting values to, or you put the different subnetting attributes to the IP address you have. So the number you have before or equal to the target IP is the network. That gives you your network ID. So remember, you've gone past your target IP. The number before or equal to your target IP is the network ID. And what did we say your network ID is? That is the first IP address in your network, in your subnet. Okay. So once you've done that, you've located your network ID. The next number after the target IP is your next network. Remember, you were going in increments of your group size. So you're using those increment values. So that number after the target IP is your network. So your next network is the IP address for the subnet after the subnet you're dealing with. The IP address for the network is your broadcast IP. IP address after your network ID, that is your first host, which is your network ID plus 1. So your network ID plus 1 gives you your first host. And the IP address before the broadcast IP is the last host. So we know the IP is the last IP address in your subnet, and the IP address before the broadcast is the last host. And remember, your network and your broadcast, you do not put that on your router. Okay. And for the fourth octet, the group size corresponds to the total number of IP addresses. That is just for the 4th octet. For all the other octets, you have to use the formula I've shown, which is 2 raised to the power n, and you could do a -2 to get the number of usable IP addresses, since you do not put your network and your broadcast IP on your router. Okay, so here we have so you match the corresponding CIDR with this. So that's the group size, the first row, and the second is the subnet mask. So that is where we get these values. Okay. So for a /26, that is a /26, and we have 64 groups. The group size is 64, and the subnet mask is 192.